Hey there! In this video, I'll walk you through how to install Authgear ONCE on your own server. Once you've checked out on our website, you'll get an email with all the instructions you need to get started. Before you begin, here's what you'll need. A domain name for accessing your Authgear system. A machine that's connected to the internet and able to run Docker. You can use a cloud service like Vultr, AWS, or even a physical machine. Just make sure Docker can run on it. For this example, I'll show you how to set things up using a VM on Vultr. First, log into Vultr and click on Deploy Server. Choose Shared CPU for the server type. Pick a server location that's close to your users. For example, I'll select London since my users are in Europe. Next, choose your server specs based on your expected traffic. For testing, 1 GB of memory and 25 GB of storage is usually enough. Click Configure to move on. Now, select an image that already has Docker installed. This saves you the hassle of installing Docker yourself. You don't need to worry about the other settings. Just make sure your server has a public IP address. When you're ready, click Deploy, and Vultr will start setting up your VM. While your VM is booting up, let's point your domain name to your new machine. Go to your DNS provider and follow Step 2 from the email you received. In your DNS management panel, create 3 A records. One for Auth, one for Authgear Portal, one for Authgear Portal accounts. Point all 3 records to the public IP address of your new VM. You can find this IP on the Server Details page in Vultr. Wait a few minutes for your VM to finish booting up. Once it's ready, check the last step in the email you received. You'll find a command there for installing Authgear ONCE. This command includes your license key. Remember, don't share this key anywhere public since it's valid for just one installation. Next, open your terminal and SSH into your new VM. Beware that this is just for illustration purposes. For production use, you should secure SSH on the server against unauthorized access. For example, disable root login and use key-based authentication instead of passwords. Once you're connected, just copy and paste the install command from the email into your terminal. You'll be prompted to accept the license agreement. Go ahead and confirm. Then enter your domain name. In this example, I'll use ag-once.com. Since we already set up the DNS records as described in the email, you can select Use the default domains when asked. Now, set up your admin user account by entering an email address and password. When prompted to configure an email provider, we will skip this step for now and set it up later in the Authgear portal. The installer will now download and set up Authgear on your machine. This usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Once the installation is finished, you'll see a website address printed in your terminal. If it doesn't load right away, wait another minute or two for the SSL certificate to finish setting up. Now, open your browser and visit the address shown at the end of the installation. You're now looking at your freshly installed Authgear server. Log in using the admin account you just created. On the right side, you'll see a live preview of the sign up and login pages. This is exactly what your end users will see. On the left, you can enter your organization's name to personalize your project. Next, you get to decide how your users will sign into your applications. You can enable options like email, phone number, or even social logins, such as Google and Facebook. Moving on, you'll reach the branding step. Here, you can upload your organization's logo and pick your brand colors. These are just a few quick customization options to get you started. Don't worry, you'll find even more ways to tailor the look and feel of your portal once you're inside the full dashboard. Once you're inside the dashboard, you can click the Try It Now button to test signing up as an end user. You'll notice that since we haven't set up an email provider yet, you won't be able to receive a verification email to complete the sign up. Let's fix that. Head back to the portal, click on Advanced, and then go to the email provider page. Here, you can enter the details for a simple SMTP server or connect a SendGrid account. For more detailed steps, check out our documentation. After you've added your API key and sender email address, you can send a test email to make sure everything's working. If all's set up correctly, you should see a test email land in your inbox. Now, let's jump back to Try It Now and attempt the sign-up process again. This time, you should receive the one-time password for verification within a few seconds. Besides the built-in login page, Authgear also provides an account settings page where your users can manage their account information and security settings. Here's what it looks like. Back in the portal, under the User Management page, you'll see the account you just registered. On the Applications page, you can set up the websites and mobile apps you want to use Authgear for authentication. The Design page offers full customization options to make the login page match your brand perfectly. And in the Language page, you can set up translations to support your international users. And that's it for our walkthrough of Authgear ONCE. You're now ready to start integrating Authgear with your apps. If you'd rather not manage your own servers, you can sign up for a free account on our website and use the cloud version. It offers the same features without the hassle of server management. Check out the documentation site for integration guides. Finally, feel free to join our Discord server if you want to chat or need help. Thanks for watching and see you next time.